What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Review 486. This is episode 19, and with me, as always, I have Blue Spade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so once again, we had to wait an additional week just to get this episode. And unfortunately, once again, we'll have to wait another week just to watch the next episode. Well, the only difference for this next delay, it's a scheduled delay because I think Japan has a special holiday broadcast special going around the 86's broadcast time, so it's the reason why they're delaying the episode once again, but it's not due to production issues this time. But
I was about to say, fortunately, it's not due to production issues.
Yeah, but still, it's just it just feels annoying just having to wait 2 weeks for a new episode for, I say, for the past almost month and a half at this point. Because and
it just makes the series feel that much longer than it really is.
Yeah, not to mention that they're at a point in the story where where the story is starting to pick up significantly, but now it's just with these constant delays, they're just completely dragging out to the point where people are just going crazy over it.
It just kind of hurts the momentum of the series.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, anyway, so the episode itself was more action heavy, and then it's finally getting to the meat of the confrontation between Team 86 and, of course, them going up against the giant railgun piloted by Kitty. What was it? Kiriya
Nozen.
Yeah. So they managed to get they're airdropped from the ground airship called Nazar. I can't pronounce that. So they managed to airdrop from into the battlefield, and then managed to take out several Legion units. While once they reach the target of their objective, they find that it's barely inoperable, but they find out that they were drawn into a trap, and the real railgun is the real Morpho piloted by Kiriya is far off in the distance, and it shoots a single round which nearly kills all the members of the 86.
Yeah, apparently there were some others that got caught up in the blast, but the 86 just of course barely managed to escape. Mm-hmm. And there was a segment, there was a scene where I guess everybody in the command center assumed they were probably dead.
Yeah.
Where Zimmerman was basically saying, he's not willing to compromise the mission, I guess, or to sacrifice their lives or something. He's not willing to sacrifice his ideals or something, and that he's pretty much willing to die for it.
Which brings back to what he said in the previous episode, where he privately swears to himself that he will destroy the world if the members of the 86 don't manage to survive or come back from the battle. So
I have to wonder why he's so protective of them. I mean, I get he's kind of trying to be, I guess, sort of like a father figure in a way to them, but it is kind of weird how he's very, very protective of the 86. I kind of got the impression that he maybe has ulterior motives, but if he does, we really don't know what they are yet. But I kind of get the vibe that he's up to something, but we just don't know what it is.
I just feel like he has something that happened personal in his life that we don't know about.
It could be that too. Yeah.
That gives him this connection to the members of the 86, that he treats them like his own children.
Yeah.
I just feel like there's not a lot of info about Zimmerman that we're aware of, that they have yet to reveal so far. Mm-hmm. But fortunately, Shin and the rest of the members of the 86 managed to survive. As for the other units that were accompanying them, I think some of them managed to survive, but they're not willing to follow Shin into battle to go after the Morpho. Instead, they decide to stay behind to to wipe out the Legion that's occupying the town that they're in.
Yeah. Yeah, so they pretty much like break off from the 86 unit.
Yeah, and at the same time, we finally get to see Kiria while he's piloting the Morpho. I mean, he at first he thought he ended up killing Shin and the others, but then he finds out that he's being shot at by Shin and the others, and then of course he gets into a point where he's about to fire off another round, but I think the head command of the Legion ends up stopping him. And at first, Kiria is trying to fight off like the commands or programming or whatever it is that he was trying to do. It's almost as Kiria is willing to disobey orders just to go after Shin and eliminate him. But I guess either he just reluctantly obeys the order, or he's just controlled by the Legion. We just don't know.
I think he could. They didn't let him continue to fire on Shin or to do anything. It like locked him out of the system or something. So he pretty much was forced to stop.
Yeah, I mean, you could clearly see Kiria is just trying to fight off the commands, but unfortunately for him, he had no choice but to obey the orders. So he ends up retreating for now, and then Shin and the others decide to go after him for the time being. And then once Kiria is making his escape, he starts reminiscing about the time that he was with Frederica while she was Empress of Geod at one time, before he went mad and ended up joining the Legion.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting to actually see things from his perspective, because we haven't really gotten we got maybe like a few flashbacks from what happened in the aftermath of when Frederica's nation was attacked, but we actually get some scenes between her and Kiria.
Yeah, but yeah, so we once again, of course, it goes into several points in the episode where we transition from one set of characters to another. I think we go back to I forgot her name, the Nordic squadron's leader, the pilot of that ground plane.
Yeah, I actually forgot her name too.
Yeah, I mean they're like, she and the others are just trying to discuss, just how to fight off the Legion, while Shin and the others are going after the Morpho at the same time. But the most important part of what happens is we find Frederica has ended up stowing away alongside Shin and the others.
Well, I should also mention about the woman commander is that it seems like we might have gotten some more hints as to her backstory as well. With the and this is another character I of course don't remember his name, because he's not like, I don't think he's that important, but he shows up every now and then. He was basically talking with her and alluding to, I guess, her husband dying, and or someone I guess she was going to be married to, like, died, and that she ended up just mourning his death or something. And I guess he might have also had some prior relationship to her or something, or at least it seems to imply that based on what he was saying. So that was kind of interesting, but they don't really go much into it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, like I said earlier, Frederica, of course, stows away aboard, I think, in a cargo container alongside the 86, and they're a bit shocked as to why she ended up following them. And of course, they berate her for that because now that they're stuck behind enemy lines, there's no way to safely get her back across into Allied territory. So she's pretty much stuck with them and for the time being. And what's also interesting, that they also made it back to District 86 as well.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's just pretty much the episode. Like, I did enjoy the episode, but yeah, like you said, it was a more action heavy episode, and it seemed like he was more so just setting up for the conflict between Shin and Kiria.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
kind of
it's also
hoping we.
yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Oh yeah. Well, it's also interesting that now Frederica is also in the mix. I'm wondering if this will have any effect when she runs into Kiria later.
Well, yeah, as we know, of course, Frederica can use some kind of telepathy. So I kind of predicted before that she would use that on Kiria or something. So this could be something that happens. Since she's actually there, that she might actually try to communicate with Kiria in that way.
Mm-hmm.
So I anticipate that's probably going to happen.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And of course, as opposed to the fight in the first half of the series between Shin and his brother, between Shin and his brother, this might more so be something that's maybe not so much a conflict, but something, more of a conversation between Frederica and Kiria, maybe like Frederica trying to get him to come to his senses, but I anticipate her, of course, ultimately failing, and Shin will have to fight him. So I think that's probably how it's going to play out, because of course Shin doesn't really have much of any sort of attachment to Kiria other than apparently being of the same clan. That might be something that comes into play though, like the fight between them two, though. But I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just sucks that once again that we're gonna have to wait another 2 weeks just to find out what happens, or how this is gonna follow up.
Yeah. So of course we're going to have another week, another delay for 86, and but it kind of is annoying too, because we don't really have that much longer to go until we're done with this season, at least.
Yeah. Not to mention that thanks to these delays, that the remainder of the season is going to end up carrying over into the next season over. So I mean, you have to wonder, like, not to mention, like, we don't know if like any other shows were planning to I don't know, cross into 86's broadcast scheduling, or if it's like or whether that 86 is going to have to change its broadcast schedule because of it.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about this episode. I don't know if you have anything else to say about it.
It was one of the better episodes. I did enjoy it. It's just like I said, it sucks that the momentum of the show is being hampered with these constant delays over and over again.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, because I think it is a pretty good series. And I mean, like, it just sucks that we've gotten quite a few delays already with the show. So, but yeah, that all being said, hopefully until next time, we will see you all later.